fair play to those guys doing that park run. Have you done your park run yet, Marie?
Not today, maybe later, not today, yes.
So I'm joined with Marie from Dogs in Distress. So tell me a little bit more about Dogs in Distress. What do you guys do? What's your whole...
We are a completely volunteer-based organisation. Nobody gets paid. We all do it in our own time. We don't have a premises, so we rely on foster care, and we take in abandoned and surrendered dogs. So dogs out of the pound or whatever it is, yeah.
Okay, great. And how did it come about? Were you there in the founding members?
So the founder, Raheny, about 15 years ago, discovered how many dogs were being destroyed in the pounds in Ireland and was horrified by it. So she set this up. So obviously having a premises takes huge funding, and she would rather any of the funding go towards the actual dogs. So we have a great team of fosterers, even though we'd love more, that take the dog into their home until we can find a home for itself. So
Oh, that's fantastic.
could be 3 months, just all depends.
Okay, great. And how many fosters do you actually have?
At the moment we have about 50 dogs in foster care at the moment.
But that's great. My God. And giving us a scale of how much dogs actually need foster homes, how many other dogs do you need to home?
Well, every day in Dublin and all over Ireland, dogs are being destroyed for absolutely no other reason than they have no home.
Okay.
So people are getting a dog thinking this is a great idea. 6 months down the line, not so great an idea, and then they expect other people to sort it out for them. So
Exactly. And if people are interested in being a foster, how can they get involved?
So if you go to dogsindistress.org and you apply, download an application, send it back, and somebody will be in touch with you. But it's really rewarding. My shortest foster term was 10 days. My longest was maybe 4 months. You get to meet the family. They keep in touch with you. I've had about 30 foster dogs myself.
Oh my God. Okay, so tell me a bit more about the actual fostering process. How long would you have a dog for? Is there a limit to how long you can keep them for?
No. So basically you apply and you put in a criteria what kind of dog you want. Obviously it depends on your family. You mightn't be able for a big dog or whatever. So if a suitable dog comes in, they contact you, bring the dog to your house with a bed, a lead, food. Dogs in Distress supply absolutely everything. You just need to take pictures and do little blogs on their account on the website. And then if somebody is interested in the dog, they come and meet the dog. And then if it's a match, they get to adopt the dog.
Oh, that's fantastic. So it's a happy coincidence for everybody involved, for the fosterer and for the people who are taking the dog home.
People say to me all the time, oh, I don't know how you do it. How can you give them up? But I say, what's the alternative? If I don't take the dog in, the dog gets put down. So it's worth a few happy tears to save a life. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. And that's fantastic that you've fostered so many dogs, even personally yourself.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. And what are you doing at the festival today? Have you got a stall? Have you got events or anything planned for today that people can come and see?
So we have a stand and we're having a little raffle. We also are selling key rings and tokens. We also sell a really good thing that's a thermometer for in your car, so that it tells you when the car is too hot to have your dog inside.
Okay, that's genius. That is brilliant.
Some people think just because you have your window down, the dog will be fine. But even if the car is moving with all the windows down, sometimes it's too hot.
Okay, didn't know that one. Okay, that's fantastic. And people can buy that at your stall today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. €3. And then all the proceeds would go to Dogs in Distress.
All the proceeds go to paying vet bills, feeding the dogs, which is a huge amount of money, as you can imagine. And then obviously when you adopt a dog, it's microchipped, it's neutered or spayed, everything is already sorted.
There's a lot of work that goes into Dogs in Distress. Definitely. Okay, and it's all volunteer based, which is really, really cool. Fantastic. And you have a little someone here with us today.
Ben has actually already been adopted, yes. He is what's called a failed fosterer, when somebody fosters a dog and decides to keep it. So
I can imagine that happens a lot.
It happens a little bit. Probably not. Some people end up with 2 or 3 and then they won't be failed fosterers anymore because they run out of room. But Ben was adopted by one of our brilliant volunteers and is now one of our greatest fundraisers, and has also appeared on our calendar and Christmas cards because he is pretty handsome.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. Anne Marie, thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope loads of people check out your stall today, which is great. Thank you very much. Yeah, see you later, Ben. So next we have Niamh. So we're going to have a quick talk to Niamh now. Niamh, do you want to come on in? If Ben, yeah, see you later, Ben. He's got far too cozy there. More about what you're involved with.
Very good. Look, we're absolutely here. Delighted that you're here. My name is Niamh Cholmáin, and I'm the Biodiversity Community Facilitator for Dublin City Council Park.
Okay, so in layman's terms.
That's getting everybody all excited about nature and wildlife in the city, getting people to enjoy it, and then to learn more about it, and then to take one little action every day so that we keep all this wonderful biodiversity and nature for future generations. So this is where you are actually in the heart of it here. You are situated in the wildlife and good life of Dublin enclosure. And basically what we have here today is we've got a collection of really passionate, enthusiastic NGOs, volunteers, Dublin City Council staff who are here to promote the wildlife of the city and the good life, as in the community growing and everything else. So my role here today really is to coordinate this area, and as I say, to be here as well to tell people about biodiversity in the city. So I have a little tent there that people can go in, orange posters say Dublin City Biodiversity, and our tagline is enjoy it, know it and keep it.
Oh, okay. Enjoy it, know it, and keep it. Okay, that is a nice slogan.
Súmsúlt agus sa bhálta as well.
Oscailge as well.
So basically, we launched a biodiversity action plan for the city this year. It's a 5-year plan, and we did it in consultation with the community, with non-governmental organisations like Birdwatch Ireland, who are here today, Coastwatch.
And in that 5-year plan, what's just a gist of what kind of small projects you want to do?
Basically, in the 5-year plan, it's setting out what is biodiversity in the city, the key areas that are there. Like here in this part of the city, we've got the jewel in the crown, as I always say, North Bull Island, and the bay out there in front of us. And here in St. Anne's, the second biggest park in the city. And then we've got our rivers, which have river zones, and 25% of the space in the city is actually private gardens. So
25%.
25% of the green space in the city is private gardens. And then we've got our street trees as well. We've got all our public parks. So it's a pretty cool city when it comes to what's called
we have in relation to other cities around the world, we actually have quite a green city. And then in particular for St. Anne's Park, talk a little bit about what St. Anne's Park has to offer.
Well, now St. Anne's Park
talk all day.
Okay, talk all day. St. Anne's Park and North Bull Island are part of what's called UNESCO Dublin Bay Biosphere. And St. Anne's Park acts as a kind of a buffer zone, basically, to really very protected nature and biodiversity down on North Bull Island. North Bull Island has seals, the first mammal in the country that was protected by law. It's got the best collection of wild orchids on the east coast. It's got
wild orchids.
Pink. Now you walk down to the dunes today, you're in for a big surprise.
Especially with the sun today, you should go check it out.
And we want people to keep the surprise pink and not dog fouling, so please take your poo home with you when you're walking your dog down on the important note. So you've got, as I say, seals, wild orchids this time of the year. You've got 10 protected habitats. So if you walked from the coast road out to the beach, Dollymount Beach, you would kind of step over, as it were, 10 protected habitats from lagoons, salt marshes, wetlands, alder marshes, mature dunes and embryonic dunes and beach. And then you've got the bay in front of you. Like, we are a city which has this wilderness of a bay in front of us, and the bay is designated by European nature law because it's got harbour porpoises in it, and they're part of the whale and dolphin group of family.
Okay, so definitely
we've got everything here. We've got whales, we've got members of the whale and dolphins species. We've got bats here in the park. We've got soprano bats, lizer bats, pipistrelle bats.
Oh my God, it's stuff I've never even heard of. But that's why you're here, trying to promote everybody and to how we're
And
doing.
we've got a wildflower meadow in St. Anne's there down at the front. It's called the
beautiful
Chestnut Meadow. Now people think of meadows as, you know, poppies and oxeye daisies, but the meadow down there, we manage it in a way, we cut it in the spring and the autumn, and we leave the grasses grow, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's teeming with little insects and grass.
Can people go down and check that out?
We have Discovery are here today, Rediscovery from Ballymun, and they're doing nature trails to the walk.
And what times are they at?
Another one at 3 o'clock you can go down, and they're doing a rediscover a nature trail of that meadow. And
I see there's bugs, bees,
Bugs, bees.
butterflies, wildflowers.
so I guess along with, like, check out the little tents around this Good Life and Wildlife area, because you've got biodiversity, you've got coastal seashells of the bay, and a coast watcher here, they'll tell you how to identify those coastal seashells. There's little identification leaflet that you can take away and use over the summer holidays. You've got the North Dublin beekeepers, we've got invasive species, we've got the biosphere, the urban farm, the Dublin growers, Birdwatch Ireland.
You've convinced me. You have convinced me.
You know, peel yourselves away from the food and the stalls and come and check out some nature information here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was absolutely fantastic to have you here, and enjoy the rest of the day.
And at 4:30, I'm doing a little walk and talk down to the Follies, and you can see to talk about the history of the park and also this United
brilliant.
Nations biosphere. So
Oh my God, I could talk to you all day.
I'm there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, brilliant. So now we're going to keep on the nature theme, and we're going to go to a little clip about a herpetologist that the crew went to visit the other day and find out more about that.